What makes people truly effective, not just successful, but deeply fulfilled and respected? Is it intelligence, hard work, luck? According to Covey, it's none of these. The real secret lies in our habits, those small daily choices that shape our destiny. In this video, we'll unpack the 7 powerful habits that highly effective people live by. These aren't productivity hacks or trendy tricks. They are timeless principles that will reshape how you think, work, lead, and live. Let's begin this transformation. Habit 1. Be proactive. The first habit is the foundation of personal power. Be proactive. Most people operate in reactive mode. They let their moods, circumstances, or other people control their actions. If it rains, they say the day is ruined. If someone insults them, they explode. But proactive people, they don't give away their power so easily. Covey introduces the idea of the circle of influence. Focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your behavior, your effort. Don't waste energy on things you can't control, like gossip, traffic, or your boss's mood. It's the difference between saying, "I can't do anything about it," and asking, "What can I do with what I have right now?" Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. You always have a choice. And that's where personal effectiveness begins. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Imagine you're at your own funeral. What would you want people to say about you? Your family, your friends, your coworkers. What kind of legacy would you want to leave? This habit is all about clarity of purpose. Covey says that everything is created twice, first in the mind, then in reality. If you don't have a clear mental picture of your destination, you might climb the ladder of success, only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. So ask yourself, what are your core values? What kind of life do you want to build? What kind of person do you want to become? Write your personal mission statement. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it should reflect what truly matters to you. Once you have that vision, every choice you make becomes easier. Because you're not just living day to day, you're living on purpose. Habit 3. Put first things first. Now that you have a vision, what do you actually do with your time? Most people live in chaos. They're constantly reacting to emails, messages, distractions, and urgent tasks. They confuse busyness with productivity. Covey gives us a simple but powerful tool, the time management matrix. There are 4 types of tasks: urgent and important crises and deadlines. Not urgent, but important planning, learning, building relationships. Urgent but not important interruptions and minor issues. Not urgent and not important time wasters and distractions. Highly effective people focus on quadrant 2, the important but not urgent. They schedule time for growth, reflection, and long-term progress. They don't wait for a health scare to start exercising. They don't wait for a relationship to break before paying attention to it. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. You can't control time, but you can control how you use it. Habit 4. Think win-win. We're often raised to think life is a competition. If someone else wins, that must mean we lose. But Covey teaches us to adopt an abundance mindset. There's enough success, love, opportunity, and happiness for everyone. Win-win means looking for solutions where both sides benefit. It's not about being soft or giving in. It's about being strong, fair, and collaborative. Win-win requires integrity, maturity, a belief that we don't have to take from others to succeed. In business, in relationships, in life, people remember how you made them feel. If you can make someone else win alongside you, you've built not just success, but trust. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This is the most important habit for building strong relationships. And yet, most of us fail at it. We listen to reply, not to understand. We interrupt. We judge. We jump to conclusions. But effective people, they listen with empathy. When someone speaks, don't think about what you want to say. Try to understand how they feel, what they value, what they're really trying to express. Only after they feel truly heard should you speak. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. Whether you're a leader, a partner, a friend, or a parent, this one habit can transform how people relate to you. Because people don't want advice. They want to be understood. Habit 6. Synergize. Have you ever worked with someone very different from you and created something amazing together? That's synergy. It's not just teamwork. It's creative cooperation. Synergy happens when we value differences instead of fearing them. When we bring together different talents, backgrounds, and ideas to form something bigger than the sum of its parts. It requires respect, openness, and trust. It says, I don't have all the answers. Let's figure this out together. Great teams synergize. Great families synergize. Even great nations are built on synergy. Because where there's unity and diversity, there's power. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Imagine someone is sawing a tree with a dull blade. You say, why not stop and sharpen the saw? They reply, I'm too busy sawing. That's how most of us live. We're too busy grinding to take care of the tool that does the grinding ourselves. Sharpening the saw means renewing yourself in 4 areas. Physical exercise, rest, healthy eating, mental reading, learning, creative thinking, emotional, social connection, love, forgiveness, spiritual reflection, purpose, faith, nature. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you want to serve others, achieve goals, and stay balanced, you need time to recharge. Highly effective people don't see self-care as selfish. They see it as essential. Sharpen the saw, and everything else becomes easier. These 7 habits are not temporary tips. They're principles for a lifetime. They build the foundation of true effectiveness in your work, your relationships, and your inner life. So start small. Begin with habit 1. Be proactive. Take ownership of your time, your mindset, your decisions. Then layer on. Habit 2. Define your mission. Then, habit 3. Prioritize what matters. Before long, you're not just more productive. You're more present, more focused, more fulfilled. Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. Your future begins with your habits. Which one will you choose today? If this video helped you gain clarity, subscribe to Quick Reads for Success for more in-depth book summaries that empower your personal growth and mindset. Smash that like button to support the channel. And comment below, which book would you love to see summarized next? Your suggestion might be featured in our next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, small habits, practiced consistently, lead to massive transformation.